You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee, DJ Envy is at, Hampton Homecoming or something like that?
Yeah, I think he went there or something.
Okay.
Peace, Envy.
We got a legend in the building.
I'm going to hold it down. I'm the light-skinned Envy today. We light-skinned.
Yes.
Yes.
Reggie Noble.
Yes.
Redman is here.
Ding, 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 ding.
Now, you got the new show, Scared Famous?
Yeah, they got me on VH1.
Okay.
But you're hosting. You're not a contestant.
I'm just a master ceremony.
That's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, you're not a cast member of Love and Hip
No,
Hop.
not at all. No, not at all. Not at all. And they knew that my goal is not to be acting. I don't want to act really. I want to be behind the camera. That's my goal. So this show gave me a little balance where I don't have to be on the scene all the time.
Got you.
I just introduced the challenges, and mostly the antics come from them staying all together. Mm-hmm. You know, because you got to understand this show pulling all the biggest reality stars from different shows, Love and Hip Hop, Mob Wives. And they all got to stay in this one house. So
Did you watch any of those shows, and were you familiar with?
I love VH1 shows.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, you know, I love a little ignorance sometimes. I like a little ignorance sometimes. So I watch the shows. I'm heavy on it.
Are you into horror?
I love horror.
Come on, Redman.
Hey, I'm just asking.
Oh, you a horror fan?
Yes.
No,
you're a horror
no,
fan.
he's
I
a
don't
liar.
want to see if
You're
I
a
don't
liar.
pay people to scare me.
I'm a horror fan.
I don't think
go
You're a
to
horror
church,
fan.
yes.
Okay.
But I knew you was a horror fan just because of all your
Absolutely.
old videos and
That's
even
right.
stuff you say in your record.
And the
What's your
red man
fa-
looks like Red Rum.
What's your favorite horror movie?
All right, classically, The Exorcist. I
Okay,
think when
I
I was
agree.
young, it looks different now, though. When you look at it now, it looks different than it did. I love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
First one.
But right now, I like the original. I like The Conjuring. I think that movie's
think
has
they're
been pretty
doing a good
scary
job,
as of
yes.
recent years. You know, I like that. I like Saw, in the
Okay.
beginning of that. But I used to love Nightmare on Elm Street
Okay.
when I was younger.
It looks
was,
so corny now, though.
It looks corny now,
It
but
looks corny
you
now.
gotta put it
Yeah.
in perspective of when these movies came out and how scary they were when they came out. And then when you look at it now, of course, it's not the same. But I think as of recent years, The Conjuring has been like the most.
Conjuring is dope. I'm a big horror fan. I seen Suspiria in the movie theater. That's the only thing
I
I
don't even know what
gotta say.
that is. What is
See, you
Suspiria?
don't know what that is. That's one of the top 5 horror movies of all time. Do your homework. Suspiria. I
gotta
seen
see
that
that.
in the movies when I was 10 years old.
I
And I
never
heard
saw
they're
it.
making a remake of it.
See, it's crazy because sometimes it's hard to make a great scary horror movie.
The last
I
good
go
horror
to go
movie-
see horror movies, and sometimes if they're not scary, it's so disappointing.
The
Yeah,
last
it's
good horror
typical.
movie was Precious. Precious and For Colored Girls was the last 2 good horror movies.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's bad. That's bad.
All right. Well, okay. So now this is interesting to me because let's talk about Eminem because obviously you guys have always had a great relationship. He really looks at you as a person that inspired him.
Yeah, Vince Staples tweeted out something the other day.
If Eminem was black, he would be Redman.
By the way, I've been
Yeah.
saying that for years. I think I told you that last time you was here.
Yeah.
I said that, been saying that for years.
Right.
Yeah, well, what's funny is I talked to Eminem 2 days ago on his birthday. I called him up. We chatted for like a good 25 minutes. And yeah, he's highly respected. We, from our conversation that we had, he's just so happy that, that he's accepted in all races. It don't matter. From black, white, Mexican, and he just like to have fun like we do, man. He's a regular motherfucker like we.
You say what you want.
said it
You're right.
already.
Hey, so he's a regular motherfucker like we are that step in his pants one leg at a time, and he just enjoy the music.
Right.
Enjoy the music. So
It's crazy that people got so up in arms about his freestyle. It
No,
turned
it-
into like this huge controversy. I'm like, he's just expressing what he feels that a lot of us are feeling. Why did it turn into some whole?
It
big
wasn't a controversy over his messaging, though. It was just a controversy over how dope it was. Like, to me, it wasn't that dope. But I like the message. I'm glad he used his privilege to combat prejudice. But I heard way better Eminem verses.
yeah, but see, my thing is, we talked about that yesterday in an interview, and he could have went up there and blacked out. He could have went up there and been bodying this shit, but he used that platform and his color to address the unjust.
Right. It wasn't a verse. It was kind of
Yeah.
more like a spoken word.
Exactly.
Talking about the issues.
It was different. I like it.
That's white privilege. We making excuses to why a verse was subpar. It just was subpar. By Eminem standards?
Is it by
No.
just Eminem standards or
Yes,
standards
by
across the
Eminem
board?
standards. Eminem's one of those MCs who's only compared to himself. Like, we're not comparing Eminem to anybody else.
Oh, no, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Just
Not at
because
all.
his catalog has been, he's been that good forever. But so it's by his standards, that was a very subpar verse.
What? So you looking at it as just he could have bodied it more?
Yes, just lyrically. I love the message in it. I love what he was conveying, but just lyrically, I'm like, come on, man. That when he said that whole being racist, the only thing you fantastic for because you get your rocks off in your orange. I'm like, that's a reach. I'm a comic book fan. The thing ain't even really orange. Like that's
Yo,
that's
come on, only you going to cipher. Yeah, you know what? Of course, as a real MC, we look at that. But, you know, I was looking at the bigger picture.
Got you.
And that was just it, man. He killed it. And, he, like I said, he could have went up there blacking and bodying the shit. But he used that little time to do the unjust. So
Speaking of rap, how you got more verses on Wu-Tang new album than GZA?
Ooh, that's bad.
And you guys not on the album.
You got not on there at all.
And listen,
I think GZA got like 4 balls.
But I heard that album started out as a math versus meth album.
Yeah, and you know, Mathematic is my dude. Like we always on the road and we always chop it up about building and putting out quality music. And he finally got his break and did it the right way. As much as we talk, because this industry is shit.
Yeah,
it's shit right now. So him connecting with RZA made it a bigger picture.
Right.
You know, than just the Math and Method Man album. It became a bigger picture, and it's working. It's working for him right now. Heavy.
Tough. The album's tough.
Yeah, the album is tough. Like, I'm getting everybody hitting me from everywhere. Like, yo, congrats on the new album. I'm like, word, it's like that. I'm like, shit, yes. So he did his thing.
You got some dope balls on there. On Lesson Learned, you said at your age, you're just trying to make bread, and you don't care about being nice at 40. Explain that a little bit.
When I said, trying to be nice at 40, you can have it all, shorty.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make his story, because his story say, fuck rap, I divorced her, the bitch bore me. So, in other words, like, don't try to be cocky at 40. Like, you got to be putting in work since you was at your prime and holding down that level of confidence that you the shit. Like, I know since I came out, I know I remained in the top 10. To me, in my point, because I'm always barbershop talk.
Consistent,
yeah. Yeah, it's always like, yeah, but what about Redman? Now, I pops up. So, you know, you got some dudes out there that might have a hot verse and shit, and they might be my age or in my era, came from my era, and they talking shit a little bit, but they ain't held it down the whole era time. They got a hot verse, and you the man. Now, you got to hold that shit down your whole career to be an MC like Jay did and Nas did. You know what I'm talking about? You can't just have a hot verse and say, yeah, I'm doing this. No, you got to be consistent with it. So that's the only thing I was saying.
Is it really just about the bread at this point?
Not at all. For me, it is a little bit because I worked hard for the bitch.
But you could be in front of the cameras more and be acting more if you wanted to.
If I wanted to, but I don't want to. I'm an ugly motherfucker. I don't want to be on TV. I need to be right in the back where I belong and
but
shit.
I wanted to ask you this now, looking at you. You stayed in great shape.
Okay.
So what is your dietary and workout regimen like? Because you see a lot of people as they get older, you know,
you
things
get floppy,
fall apart.
saggy. My regimen is waking up and being able to say, no one has to push me around in a wheelchair. No one has to put a tube to my mouth to feed me. I'm healthy. My kids are healthy. All my bills is paid. So now I want to live a fruitful life because you know, I've been going through a lot of shit. Y'all might not know, but I go through a lot of shit. And now that I'm really finding my little glory road of what I want to do, my health, my body is very important. And after watching that What the Health shit, I don't know what the hell I got to eat out here no more. I'm scared to eat anything.
When you say you went through a lot of shit, though, that we don't know, what do you mean?
Well, you know, like, far as, relationship-wise and, and far as business-wise, getting it together like these last 5 years, trying to find that niche of this independency game. Because, me and Meth been signed for 20 years under Def Jam.
The Def Jam, right?
Yeah, so just stepping back out here, just using that knowledge that they gave us and to use that and implement it in my everyday life now and getting it together, getting the ball rolling, getting the motherfuckers who don't want to work out of here and get the motherfuckers who want to work in there. You got to cipher people, cipher your circle, lessen your peeps, lessen your circle down, just so motherfuckers can work the right way and start generating money so we can start building this future, because that's what it's about. Like Nas and Jay and them, they got business.
Word up.
P. Diddy, they got business. They're working. Underground artists like us, I ain't got that much business.
But y'all never stopped touring, though.
But we never stopped touring. Yeah. But we can tour forever, but we don't want to count on it.
Got you.
I don't want to wake up and say, damn, I got to go tour to pay these bills.
Right.
I want to wake up
smarter,
fun.
not harder.
Exactly, and that's what I'm doing. So I want to be able to tour and be happy and
But
do
you
music.
always
and
lived
be happy.
modestly.
Yeah.
But that don't mean he don't want to have.
Oh no! Don't get me wrong. I'm all right now.
Yeah,
like I got a couple of cribs, couple of houses. My kids is good. I'm good, but I'm just hungry still. I'm not full yet. I'm ready to get more, and I want to get it more working smarter and opening more business deals and opportunities from the music. That's why I want to get behind that camera.
It was a rumor that you always owned that apartment complex that you did the cribs thing in. Like you showed your crib, but you owned the whole building.
Oh no, I don't own the whole building. No, I wish I did. And it's just like a little condo area. But I own my place though. That place where we shot the MTV Cribs at, that was my first real estate little project. And I was supposed to fix that bitch up and move up out of there. But that shit is in the cut. It's in the back. And they only got one door to go in and one door out. So I'm like, I'm keeping this shit in case anything ever go wrong. You know, I'm on my back. I can't go nowhere. I got one place I can go that's paid for. So yeah, I ain't letting that go.
Now, Newark is really having a resurgence right now, too. As you can see, they're putting a lot of money, a lot of development into Newark.
Gentrifying it.
Yeah.
Just like Brooklyn and Uptown.
That's not a good thing, though, because they're going to push out all the black people.
Man, look, when you see the Whole Foods move in, niggas move out. Remember that. I said that in the rhyme on my new album. You see the Whole Foods move in, niggas move out.
But have you been saying, okay, let me get some opportunity because I am Redman and this is actually good for, like, let me see what can I do for my people.
Absolutely. Well, check this out, Miss G. Do It All Do from Lost in the Underground.
I was with him this
I see
weekend.
him all the time. Every time I come to Newark,
I was with him
see him
Sunday.
Okay, then you know that's been my boy since we like 13, and ever since we was 13, we always talked about bringing our city up. And now that he's running for councilman out there in Newark, that's going to be my way of also giving back. Because what we've been doing, we have 211 Media Group, and you know we're a nonprofit group that help the youth. We about helping the youth. We're about the future of the youth out there. So we've been putting in work for the last 10 years. Now he's running for councilman, and if he wins, he'll be the first rapper in political position.
That's awesome.
So when y'all hear about it, I'll let y'all know. But he's going to be starting running next year, and that's going to be my way of giving back. I'd rather give back the right way instead of just talking about it. I'd rather be about it.
Now I was at
I'm gonna bring him up here.
Absolutely.
I was with him Sunday.
Yeah,
yes,
we gotta have him up here.
Absolutely.
I was at the Revolt Music Conference and they honored Queen Latifah, right?
I love Queen La.
And I had to say, I was thinking about that time period when Jersey was like, everybody was from Jersey. All the rappers, it was like the place to be because it was Naughty by Nature. There was Redman.
Queen Latifah, Poor Righteous Teachers.
Yeah, there was Poor Righteous Teachers. It was the Artifacts. And you had like everybody just from Jersey. What's the scene like in Jersey now?
You know what? Good question. What's funny is I was going to do this. I was like, you know what? I thought about what's going on with freaking Jersey right now besides them trying to gentrify that bitch.
Fetty Wap was the last thing.
Fetty Wap is like one of the last names that came out of there that did it big. I haven't yet got a chance to really connect with him yet. But at the end of the day, what I thought about the other day was all Jersey artists is working. Queen Latifah, working.
Legend, icon.
Naughty by Nature, stay on the road.
Legends.
On the road right now, working. Do It All Do, working. Joe Buttons, working. Fetty Wap, working. Redman, working. Artifacts, working.
Rod Digger,
working. All our artists is working and still have active in the game. So I can't complain about it. The next thing is building up Newark.
I wonder why the next generation of Jersey rappers, it wasn't more after like y'all kicked the door in the way y'all did.
As far as more, when we came out, more artists?
No, more after y'all. Like there was like a generation of no Jersey for a minute.
Yeah, I know. You know what? It wasn't a generation of really nothing for a minute. New York too. Everybody started following down south. Everybody got lost. I just think everybody just got lost for a minute.
Is that one of the reasons rap bores you? Because on Lesson Learned, you mentioned it earlier. You said rap bores you.
He said rap is shit now.
Well,
no, you said the industry. The industry.
Yeah, the industry. Right. The industry of like labels really taking artists, young artists, and building the artists is shit now. You got to come standard with already views and all that. You know, that don't show an artist how to be built. You know, you letting him follow what's on the radio, and then you use that artist until the next one come, and then you just get him out of there. You know, when I hear a DJ say, we're going to take it back, we're going to take it fucking back. And they throw on Versace. It's a problem in the industry. There's a fucking problem in the industry, bro. So, I just want to educate. That's all, man. I just send my message out to educate these young artists out here, man. Like, just go for the longevity. Don't be a microwave rapper, hot now and out tomorrow.
I always have to ask the OGs, did they see themselves growing older in hip-hop? And if so, what did you see yourself doing at this point?
Yo, what's funny is I used to tell my moms and shit like, yo, I ain't rapping at 43. I'm gonna be set. And I'm rapping past 45.
Word.
But you know what keeps me motivated? When I see guys like Kango Kid from UTFO. When I see Gladys Knight is on tour. When I see like the Commodores or anybody when they rolling, I'm like, these guys, it don't stop. When you're an artist forever. Your fans grow with you.
Right.
It might not be in abundance as you get older, but they still support you. For example, me and Meth, we got a cult. And we don't just have fans, we have a cult. We know at any given time when we drop music or we drop anything, we go on the road for 2 years or a year and a half. We don't really necessarily depend on capturing the new artists or the new fans and trying to bring in new. We have a cult fan already. So as you get older, your fans get older. They just want you to supply them. That's all. So we have enough cult fans that we could just supply.
And probably when you first came into it, hip hop was still pretty young. So you didn't have like a rapper that was 45 years old to say, okay, he's still doing his thing. It was still a really young genre.
Yeah, it was. It was.
So now as all the artists that came out are getting older, you're like, all right, look, Nas, Jay-Z, LL Cool J, you see Eric B. and Rakim, you see EPMD, everybody's still, doing
Big
shows.
Daddy Kane, doing shows heavily, not just little sporadic shows here and there. Rakim, every time I turn on his IG, he had a show.
Right.
Every time I see, when I'm going overseas, I see Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
Yeah.
I talked to Pete Rock 2 days ago, He's over there with CL Smooth right now in Germany.
And ain't it nice to see people come back together? Like they had a falling out.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know what? We're going to bring it back together.
Yeah, and I told Pete Rock, too, everybody is waiting on the Pete Rock and CL Smooth album. I don't even want to give y'all the answer he gave me.
Uh-oh.
But, yeah, let's think about that, Pete. We need one of those albums.
I don't think hip-hop respects the catalogs of artists anymore. And what I mean by that is like, all of y'all should be able to go out there and still do shows off just your old stuff.
Yeah, we do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we do. We do. They that's what they want to hear. The old stuff is what generated the energy anyway. So when I'm doing a show, when Red MF doing a show, we might do some new shit. But when we say y'all motherfuckers ready to go back, that's when the place get live and motherfuckers is falling out the bleachers and everything. It's wild when he take it back. So yes.
And plus, y'all still nice.
Nice.
Like it seemed like it was a point where like the guys from the late 80s, early 90s kind of like they weren't the same. Lost a step. But it's like y'all still nice.
Yeah, we elevated it. I ain't gonna lie. The 90s era is in the middle. You got to remember, there's 80s, there's 90s, and there's the now. Who's always that spoiled baby, the middle baby? We are. So we elevated the game, and I'm very proud to be from the era I came in. It was the most pivotal era it was to me.
I know it's intimidating for artists still to this day to have to go on after Red and Meth.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of that. It's a fucking lot of that. Y'all artists know who y'all are, too. Y'all new artists, y'all big artists. We had big artists that's known, that's new, ducking. No, we running on stage before them niggas. We going on stage before them niggas. Don't you pull that shit. One person you don't ever want to follow is KRS-One. I don't care if you Big Daddy Kane or Little Uzi. I said it right? Yeah. You do not want to ever in your life, that is a hip hop rule. If y'all don't know, you do not go after KRS-One ever in life. Ever.
He's that good on stage?
He is phenomenal on stage, and his hits is so, when he throw on certain records, man, it don't matter what genre of music you in or what culture of person you are, the building is shut down. And that's one rule I learned, and I learned from KRS-One on my shows too. That's why me and Meth body shit.
You ever get disappointed seeing some artists perform and they just don't put as much in
the
stage show as you guys have?
First of all, where the fuck do all this lip syncing be coming from with these artists? That's the fad? You throwing a record already that got the lyrics playing and you on top of it. So when you rocking and they can see you pause while the lyric is still going, that's horrible.
That was an R&B thing. Then it turned into a rap thing.
Man, when was it an R&B thing? Hey, y'all little artists, y'all need to cut that shit out. Let me tell you something. The States ain't the only place where you gonna get your money. Overseas is a great market to make money at. And they're very keen on artists coming over there lip syncing. You might not think they talk about you, but they talk about y'all black asses like a motherfucker, man. Trust me. Yo, I'm over there, and I'm letting y'all know that new niggas, old niggas, they talk about you. I see it, because I'm right connected with the main dudes who bring in the acts overseas. It's not that many that do good business. Right. So I know the dudes that do good business. And they put me on everything. They bet, yeah, your boy was over here. I was like, word? How did he do? Yeah, he got on there lip syncing and the show was boring and, a lot of people be getting booed, Miss J, and you don't know. You don't know. But check that overseas market. You'll find out. Stop lip syncing. Hip hop wasn't based on, get your win up, go to the gym. Get your win up and shit.
Right.
That's how you're going to be in a fight. You need your win. That brings your win up. Lip syncing. When I seen that goddamn Mariah Carey lip syncing on that goddamn New Year's, and I love Miss Carey. You know I love you, Mariah. Mariah. I always fuck that up. But Mariah, you know we got history. You know I love you. You know I ride for you. But that lip syncing on New Year's, ooh, low.
A lot of pressure on a vocalist like Mariah, though.
Yeah, I mean, she knows. So I was like, she knew better than that. I know she won't do that again. But the new artists don't do it. Is fucking up y'all show and y'all getting talked about.
If a new artist or a kid never heard Redman and you had one album of yours to let them hear, what would it be? Like, what's quintessential Redman to you?
You probably have to start with what the album. You
No,
have to start.
I don't think so.
You know what? That's a good one. You can, but I would either start with Muddy Waters.
Muddy Waters,
or Doc's the
absolutely.
Name. Muddy Waters or Doc's the Name.
I say Muddy Waters.
Okay, me too. I say that. It was like in the middle, and that was when I got my freshness, and I wasn't dirty no more. I was a little dirty on There's a Dark Side. I was dirty. Then I got cleaned up, got my shaving on and shit. Lost a little weight on Muddy Waters.
You never let them turn you commercial, though. Even with all the movies and the sitcoms, they you never you are meth. Y'all never turned into like this commercial acting dudes.
Yeah, because we talk about marijuana. You got to understand, when you talk about marijuana, especially in them days, like, hip hop was elevating and it was branching and far as into commercials and, dudes like me, Snoop, Be Real, and Meth, we the forefathers of this marijuana game. I'm privileged to say it's going to be legalized in all the states soon. But you got to understand, during that time, we probably was short of endorsements because people don't want to fuck with if we doing a Coke commercial, they're not going to hire us. We missed a lot of endorsements because of what we talked about. So that kind of helped it too, as far as what we talked about. So that's why we doing movies now, Meth doing movies now, and we just using our platform, what we have, without the judgment.
Is there anything you regret that y'all did?
No.
You guys had a lot of lawsuits.
No.
No? Jumping in the audience and stuff like that?
No loss. No wonder. I
know Meth had a lot of lawsuits.
No, he didn't. Because
I used to hear that, people would be like, oh, he jumped in the audience and I hurt my back.
No, he ain't had no law. He maybe one time somebody tried to complain, but I'm the one that's jumping. He stands up in the crowd. I jumped from the 12-foot speakers. Check my IG. And
even
I
now?
broke a couple of niggas' arms. They tried to catch me like this.
Right.
And them shits went back. I broke 2 niggas' arms.
The worst is when people don't try to catch you.
I've
seen that happen to some artists.
So
me too.
When you break a man's arm, what do you do?
I don't know. One dude told me, I came back to the same spot I performed at before, and he said, yo, Redman, you broke my arm last time you jumped in the audience. I was like, word? He was like, yeah, my shit was like this. And because sometimes when I jump in the audience, literally the speakers are taller than that, my nigga, and I'm jumping, and I jump up. I don't just, I'm up there like this. I call it the leap of faith.
Word.
And sometimes when I land, I could feel a motherfucker shit go back like that. I'd be like, ooh, I just broke a nigga arm out there. Serious. So I hope this motherfucker don't sue me.
Now, you say you want to get into TV film production.
Yes.
What kind of projects would come from the mind of Redman?
Oh, man, if I tell you that, I got to kill you.
Well,
because I got
horror, comedy.
Dramedy, comedy, I got a lot of ideas written down, man, that I wanna push forward. But I just got an eye. Like, what drove me to that? Because of my skits on my album.
Yeah.
Like I'm
the videos.
Yeah, I'm known for a good album, but what people are excited about is hearing the skits, and I got the ability to make you visualize a skit by hearing it. So I just want to do something visually. I want to bring my talent to the screen, because it's not just about making a movie or doing music. It's about, placing yourself in a position to make a change in the world. Don't do music or don't do anything unless you feel you're making a contribution or you trying to make a change. Don't just get in it to make money. I want to get in this. I want to get behind the camera so I could give some good visual on how I see the world and bring some positivity to the light.
I feel like Superman Lover could be like a dope-ass cartoon.
Yeah.
The new Superman Lover on I'm coming out with Muddy Waters 2, the album, next year.
You didn't have one on Mudface, though.
No, I didn't, because I was independent and I was still feeling my way. So I threw an album to In Grooves. That's who I'm signed to now, just to see how they platform work.
Got you.
And now I see how it worked. Now I know who I got to talk to, who I got to fuck with. But Superman Lover 7? On a new album? Ridiculous. My album, Muddy Waters 2 album, is ridiculous.
So that could be like a mini-series.
It can be.
Absolutely.
It can
Trapped
be.
in the closet for.
It can be.
So when's the new album dropping? He said Trapped in the Closet.
Like, you know how R. Kelly did the series?
Oh, no. We ain't trapping the closet around this motherfucker.
That's what it was called.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. When he had a series and
it
shit.
was a series.
Yeah,
it was like a play.
Jesus Christ. Now, you was down in Savannah.
Yeah.
In a haunted house. Was it really haunted?
Savannah is one of those, Savannah is a big plantation.
Absolutely.
And where we was at, it was nothing but, it was supposed to be a resort. And just because of the weather and the storm tore all the trees down, they dropped the project, all the money was wasted, and we was out there with nobody, 100 acres of nothing but spooky shit. And it's really a haunted land. And I stayed in the house over here. Matter of fact, Ben Affleck got a guest home out there. I stayed in his guest home. And the cast stayed in the haunted house.
Okay.
You didn't want to stay there and see if anything crazy?
No, fuck that. We don't play that. No, I don't want nothing to come home. Actually, I got bit in the ass by a female ghost on my porch.
A lot of women got bit in the ass at Ben Affleck's house too, probably.
Well, I got bit in my ass. I was smoking a blunt and on the porch. And I usually have the door cracked and shit because I don't want it to close and I be locked out. I make sure it's locked, but I'm funny with that. So I'm out there smoking the blunt and the door just go, and there's no wind blowing. I literally farted right there. And I was like, oh shit, and I froze because when you
farted because you were scared?
When you feel like when they say when you get that's a spirit, right? So I felt that shit.
Oh, chills.
Yeah, I felt the chills. As soon as it closed, I felt the chills. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. That door, because the way it closed, if the wind was blowing, it would have opened. It closed from inside, like this. I was like, oh, shit. And I froze, and then I felt something. Oh, shit. And I seen a little ghostly appearance fly out with a nipple flying in the back, so I knew it was
a woman.
A woman, and I was like, "Did this bitch just bite me in the ass?" While I was smoking,
you saw it?
I saw a little bit. I don't know if it was my smoke going up in the air, but I figured as it left, a nipple flew back on the back like this. I was like, "It been a."
So wait, you farted and then she bit your ass?
I farted and I seen a smoke. I farted, I got bit in the ass, and then I seen a nipple come on her back like this as she flew away.
Maybe
glad
she
I
was
wasn't
mad that you farted in her face.
Maybe I'm just glad it wasn't a male ghost biting me in the ass.
Are you sure it wasn't Young Jock? Because he's on this show. Are you sure it wasn't? Are you positive it wasn't?
Yo, Young Jock is my nigga, man. He came on there winning, man. Big up to Young G. Yo, what's up with his new haircut? I seen it on.
Yeah, Tyrese posted it.
I thought he said it was photoshopped.
Oh, I don't know.
Young Jock said
that
it was
ain't no
photoshopped.
goddamn Photoshop. He had the feathered hair and everything. That's my dude too. His shit was looking better than some women.
I wondered how you interacted with like those reality stars and guys like Young Jock, because they much different from your era.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Young Jock is a rapper before he's a reality star, though.
Yeah.
That's still much different from the
But
90s.
you know what's funny, y'all, is that I gotta say, do not judge these reality stars by TV. I love ignorance. I like a little ratchetness. I like seeing it. But do not judge these reality stars until you meet them and sit down and talk to them at the end of the day. Because when I got around them, I was like, yo, shit, I know I'm just an underground dude, so I ain't gonna give a fuck how they take me. But when I got around them, they was like, yo, they're young. All of them is young. I'm looking at them, their eyes is open. I'm like, yo, that's Redman. I'm like, what? These characters are young. And they showed me nothing but love. What's funny is, when I did an interview yesterday, somebody told me, you know, Redman, you're not like all the other artists. You have a little pass to say what you want because everybody know you well-grounded and you 100. So, like, for example, it's on my IG. You know, I had a fly in my house, and the fly was fucking with me for like 2 hours in my house. I think some flies got in my house and fucked, and just was flying around. Yeah, they was just flying around, so they was just fucking with me my whole session. So I did a little IG post because it was serious. I was like, you see this? How many people hate flies in their house? I got a gay-ass fly in my house. I said, this fly gay as hell. He came by me buzzing like zzz, and motherfuckers was tripping off that, but I have that allowance to say things like that because if anybody else would have said it, they would have got torn down about it. Like, you saying get the fly is gay? How you know? Did you see his
Lord have mercy.
So I got a leeway to say a couple of things, y'all.
If you attack somebody because they call it a fly gay, I think we reaching a little too hard. Like, we too sensitive.
Hey, come on now. You know they will, bro.
Yeah.
If the right person said it, oh yeah, they'll jump down their throat. They look at me like, yeah, we can't get no money from this nigga. He all right. Let him go.
As long as you don't say it's a fruit fly.
I know that's right. This nigga is funny as hell. Hey, yo, so I'm looking over here. Let me say what the show is. Scared Famous airs October 23rd, this Monday 9 o'clock, VH1. And I think y'all gonna like it because you know what? At the end of the day, you know, they all come on the show as friends.
Word.
But when the challenges start going, and, you know, as much as they be in the house together, you see them start backstabbing like a motherfucker. Money, and they play for $100,000 for towards their favorite charity. Oh yeah. So that's the big deal right there.
All right, Monday, October 23rd, Scared Famous. When Muddy Waters 2 dropping?
Muddy Waters 2, I can't give you a date on that because I'll be lying, but I know for a fact that it's dropping 2018, and I'm gonna start releasing music in March.
Word.
Yes.
All right, it's the legendary Redman, y'all. It's the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.